Hello guys, welcome back to Piano from the Beginning. As usual, my name is Sam, and in this tutorial I'm going to talk about easy, simple ways in which you can develop your musical ear as a beginner. Welcome. Okay, to begin with, I'll say that there are some basic knowledge, basic skills that you should possess as an instrumentalist or as a musician generally. One of them, to begin with, which will be very important, is understanding the scale. The scale simply means do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And now, with the aid of your instrument, you must at least be able to sing the major scale ascending and descending. Ascending and descending, I mean do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And you can do that in any key because the major scale is a major scale irrespective of the key from which you will begin to play it from. For example, if I play from C sharp here, it will be a... So it will be do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. In any key that you are playing, you must be able to practice the scale, ascending and descending. That is the very basic beginning point. Now, after that, it is learning to play the scale up and down. Remember, the musical ear is what will help you play solos, especially when you want to play any song of choice. For example, if I play like so, mi, so, la, fa, la, so, mi, so, fa, mi. So now the knowledge of those notes, having the musical ear, which is the ability to differentiate notes and decide which chord suits or fits where. Without that knowledge, you cannot play or you cannot solo songs of your choice, okay? And so that is the ability which we need to develop. So now that you have known to play the scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, now is to practice it ascending in steps, like ascending one step and be back, ascending 2 steps and be back. Do, re, mi. So you can begin do, re, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. You can do that over and over, and with the aid of the instrument until you can do it without the instrument. Do, re, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Now that will help a lot, and then you do the same in descending. So the do, ti, la. So also you can do the same descending, like you can descend 1 step and be back. So do, ti, la, ti, la, sol, la, ti, ti, la, sol, fa, sol, la, ti, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Wow, until you can do that again without the aid of the instrument and get the notes accurately. Do it several times with the instrument first, such that you develop each note properly as should. That develops your musical ear. And remember, it is not a one-day exercise. It is something that you must work on regularly to develop yourself. Now, after that, mastering your scale ascending and descending turning back and forth at any point and getting the notes accurately, now you can start moving in what we call arpeggio. Okay, maybe before I move to the arpeggio, there's what we call sequences. Sequences is when you play the notes of the scale in a mixed up manner, but you can get the notes accurately. For example, you can move do, re, mi, fa, so, like you are moving up 2 steps and move back 1 step. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do, re, do. You can do that several times until you get used to it as well. So, do, and then you can start descending from the do again. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do, ti, do. That's another example of a sequence that you can play or sing along with to develop your musical ear. Another exercise now, as I said, is singing arpeggio. Arpeggio is when you play, okay, do, mi, so, mi, do, mi, so, mi, do, in any key. For example, from D, that will be do, mi, so, mi, do, in D, and then work on, for example, I can work on the primary chords. That is the chord 1, the chord 4, and the chord 5. Do, mi, so, mi, do, to the 4, fa, la, do, la, fa, to the 5, so, ti, re, so, re, ti, so, do, then I end home. Okay, so, and I can do the same in any key. Do, mi, so, that's from G. Do, mi, so, mi, do, to the C as my 4. Fa, la, do, la, fa, so, ti, re, ti, so. You ensure you get the notes accurately. So, ti, re, ti, so. You end maybe to home to do. Do, so, mi, do. Sing arpeggios up and down until you get used to them, and begin with the primary chords. Primary chords is the chord 1, 4, and 5. Okay, so after that, then now you can try singing any notes that in any other chords. So I first began with the major chords, then still I can play like a chord 2 from after do, mi, so. I can play there, this is chord 2 there, re, fa, la. You see now, re, fa, la, any chord. So even this one, this is chord 7 in C, there, ti, now, ti, re, fa, mi, re, do. Okay, so now from there, if you do that exercise regularly, you will realize that your ability to recognize notes and sing accurately in solfege, it becomes so easy, and you don't get a lot of trouble figuring out the solfa or the solfege of any song. So if I'm given a tune, like I've been given the do to be so, if I want to sing any song, like ta, ra, ra, what a friend we have in Jesus. Now it is so easy because I have to do, mi, so. I already feel like the song is beginning with a so, la, so. You see now, mi, re, do, la. Okay, and this brings us to another point, that you at least have or try to sing 2 octaves. Now you can begin from like this, so do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Okay, having 2 octaves such that you can differentiate so of the lower octave and of the upper octave, resolving to the do, so, do, identifying similar notes in the upper octave and in the lower octave. So if, for example, do, if I want to get this la, then I can get it lower, la, okay, do, do, mi, do, mi, do, getting same notes in different octaves. That's another example of exercise you can work on to better your musical ear. Okay, so as you will be doing this, you will realize even getting progressions of any song becomes much easier, because now you are getting keener and keener every time towards any note that you can hear, and you'll realize if somebody plays any notes, you can easily identify them. Then finally, now as you are advancing, work on chromatic notes like do, re, di, re, mi, fa, so, la, si, la, ti, la, ti, do. Now, okay, so that's an example of also chromatic practice. Chromatic means you are playing every note of within the octave in half steps. Otherwise, try those few exercises and you will see your musical ear grow. See you in another tutorial.